Hi everyone, it's a beautiful morning. Figured it was time to do my first garden tour, official garden tour of the year. On this side of my property I have all my fruits and I have my lettuce, kale, spinach garden. So I'm gonna show you my first fruit tree, or fruit bush I should say. It's broken. So these are my gooseberries. There's always so much weed growing in there that I can barely distinguish what's bush and what's weed. So this is a new shoot growing, I guess. But look at all those gooseberries growing. You could actually eat them while they're green, but they're a little bit more sour, I guess. So this is the apple tree I planted last year. No flowers yet. So I'm not gonna have any apples on this one this year. But hopefully by next year it should grow and become a little bit closer to being this here. Look at all the apples on there. Look at this one, already huge. It's all over the tree. I just have to figure out a way to stop the bugs from eating it. I'm amazed. So many apples this year. This is my rhubarb. I purchased another one this year and it died, but I'm gonna leave it there and see if it grows back next year. But this one there seemed to be spreading. There's seem to be three different plants, so I don't know. I started cleaning my blueberries, but as you can see, I'm not done. This one here is ridiculously overgrown by weeds. This one here is a little bit better. You can already see some blueberries on there. I have another one here. It's not that bad, I guess, but it needs to be cleaned out as well. I have another small one here and another one here there. I also have berries here. So I have 5 Haskaps. This one is a little bit better. It was easier to clean around. So here is my no-dig garden. So as you can see, there is a lot of weeds coming from the compost, but beside that, there isn't much more growing from under the cardboard. That looks like a carrot. I didn't plant any carrots here. I guess I'll leave it there and see. But as you can see, my radishes are doing awesome. This one is getting eaten. I'm gonna go give it to the pigs. These are my watermelon radishes. These take a little bit longer to develop. I wish I would have at least one so I can try them out. Look at my spinach. And my red lettuce is doing great. Kale is doing great. I have some more red lettuce there. And my green lettuce is growing as well. I have one here, and for some reason nothing grew here. But when you look at it from far, it looks beautiful. And right over here, I have my raspberries. I did have a lot of raspberries last year, and I forgot to cut the branches. Seems like I'm gonna have some new ones. And I don't know why. I thought that, that the raspberries would only grow fruits for 1 year, and then the plant would like kind of die and I would have another stem growing or whatever. As you can see here, I have some that died from last year, and on the same branch I have some new ones growing. And usually around here, for wild raspberries at least, we get them right after the strawberry season and just a little bit before the blueberry season. But these ones, for some reason, they come like in fall, so it's probably a different kind that I don't know anything about. This year is overgrown as well, but that's an apple tree that I planted from seed. I transplanted it in the fall last year, and I think that the plant itself would be around a year old now. So right over here I have my strawberries. The kids have been eating strawberries for about a week now, and there's still some growing, and I'm still having a couple here and there that are coming out. So here is my main garden. I have a couple of pepper plants that are still doing good. If you remember from my previous videos, I planted them on the edge here. So this is my carrots. I have a couple. See, these ones seem to be doing great, and I have a couple here as well. It's not growing as much as I would like. For some reason, I had big success last year with carrots, but it's not growing as well this year. I also have a couple of volunteer radishes from last year for some reason. It's weird. I knew you could have like volunteer plants growing here and there, but I did find some potato plants from last year in a spot where I thought for sure I had picked up every single little tiny potato, and I tilled my garden this year, so I don't even understand how we missed some potatoes. I have some volunteer potatoes growing at two different spots. My pumpkins are starting to finally grow. Might be a little bit too slow for the seasons around here, because in about 2 months we're going to start having some cold weather, but whatever. I have my turnips here, and yeah, I dropped the bag of seeds, and as you can see, they're probably too close, too tight, but they're doing great. I mean, I just have to take time to come in here and clean it out. I have those plants there called Stevia. Those are natural sugars. What I'm gonna do is pick up the leaves, dry them, and then I can grind them into sugar. Right next to them, I have some tomato plants. This one is getting big, but I have tomato plants all over the edge here. Well, this one broke in half at the tip right here, and I took the other half, and instead of just throwing it away, I just decided to plant it there and see what would happen, and it seemed that it's starting to pick up a little bit more. I might just have to trim those little yellow branches there, and it might come back to life. So here I have my potatoes. These are either Yukon Gold, or I don't remember the second variety that I purchased. And these ones here are doing all right. These are the ones that I took from store-bought potatoes, the leftovers that were starting to go bad. And I planted there, and they're doing great. And I have some Tiny Tim tomato plants here. They're doing okay. I guess it takes a while for them to grow. I don't think they grow as much as the other plants. Here I have my zucchinis, and I planted some zucchinis there also. They're starting to grow a little bit, but they're getting eaten by bugs. This one seemed to finally pick up, so I might get lucky and get a couple at least. See, this looked like a volunteer potato plant. Right next to my squash, I have another potato plant there. Came out of nowhere, just like this there. These are the squash seeds that I soaked for 24 hours, and I said that I was gonna give you a little update. Well, there it is. Some more radishes here. So radishes all the way there. So these are the peas. As you can see, there's a couple smaller ones growing. I was finally able to get this one to grab. So this one's gonna grow up. There's a couple here and there growing. That's the second batch I planted. They're doing great. For some reason, this one is yellow. I don't know why. Might be dying. But look at the peas, they're finally growing. Looks like I also have a couple of cucumbers growing here and there. I have a couple here that grew from the first time around, but not enough. They're not growing fast enough, but I did have some compost, so I don't know why. I also planted some more yellow beans here. My brother had a couple of seeds at his place, and I just threw whatever I had left at the end. I had like a dozen seeds that I just threw here, and as you can see, they're all growing in the same spot. These ones are doing a little bit better. And not too far from these ones, I have my new strawberry beds here. So the strawberries are smaller here, which is normal because it was just planted this year. And I'm actually lucky to have some strawberries because there's no guarantee the first year you plant strawberries from the roots. So the plants are doing good. I have a couple of small strawberries here and there. This one here, I'm pretty sure most of the plants died. So I did plant a couple of beans in here as well. So these ones, they're growing a little bit better. Here I had thrown my mints, but they're not growing. So I'll have to see, but I still have a couple of strawberry plants here and there growing. I have my onions here. Seem to be doing all right. I have white onions, red onions. Look at this one here. These here are the corns. They're doing all right. The yellow ones at the end are the ones that I had indoor until a couple of days ago. Sunflowers, they're full of ants, full of bugs, but they are really growing well. 1.5 feet to 2 feet tall, most of them. I can't wait until the flowers start coming out. First time actually having sunflowers grow that much. All right, so that's my garden. Some of the stuff is growing more than I was expecting. Some of the stuff is not growing as fast as I was hoping. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. That's my first official garden tour of the season, and I'll try to do one weekly if possible. All right, don't hesitate to share, like, subscribe if it's not already done, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.